So triads are essentially 3-note chords, and you build them from the major scale. Everything comes back to the major scale. And the way you build them is by leaping in thirds from degree number to degree number, kind of leapfrogging. So that would take you, if you're playing the C major scale, and you're leapfrogging in thirds, 1 passes over 2 to get to 3, so that's 1 and 3, and 3 passes over 4 to get to 5, and that's your basic essential triad, 1, 3, and 5, and that creates a major triad. So we have 3 basic triad qualities, and they are major, such as the one we just played. And I didn't play it as a chord yet, I just kind of showed you how it was generated, but we will in just a moment after we cover qualities. So the major triad, there's also the minor triad, and there is also the diminished triad. Those are the types of triads that are generated from the major scale. And how do you generate those triads? Well, you start on a different degree in the major scale to get a different triad from each degree stem. So there's not just the first 1, 3, 5, there's also the next 2, 4, 6, and then 3, 5, 7, creating different triads. Each starting point, however, should be considered the root. So this is the root of this triad, this is the root of this triad, and this is the root of this triad. And you can go through the next batch of the 4 triad, the 5 triad, the 6 triad, and the 7 triad. So for triad qualities, you have again major, minor, and diminished. So for major it's 1, 3, 5. 1 major third, which you can just simply call third. 1 third 5. Minor is 1 flat 3 or minor 3, 5. And diminished is 1, you can always call it 1 root as well. 1 flat 3, flat 5, or diminished 5. Those are the 3 essential triadic qualities that are built from the major scale. We're going to talk about some other synthetic triad types in just a moment, but those don't come from the major scale. They're not derived or generated from the major scale. So those are the 3 that you need to learn as far as being derived from the major scale. So now let's go ahead and put these on the guitar. Major triad, when clustered together and played all at once. If you remember this little version, those first 3 triads, I'm arpeggiating those chords. They are chords, they're 3 notes, but they're not being played at the same time. They're arpeggiated, played one after the next. But now if you stack them up and strum them all together, you've got a real chord happening at the same time. That's major. This is A, as you probably know, as you've probably played many times. A major, A minor, A diminished. Again, A major is made root 3, 5. A minor, or any minor chord, is made root flat 3, 5. And diminished is made root flat 3, flat 5, or diminished 5. And that's the same for any key. It could be moved up here. It's universal, those shapes, and that way, that process of generating the chords is always the same.